Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha Leighanne and I talk about books. If you guys can't tell, I'm really excited to be in front of a camera today. Where to start, right? So as you can see from the title of this video, this is more or less just like a, I guess, life update. If you look at my last uploaded video, it was like a wrap up for I think February and March. It was either February and March or April, but I'm pretty sure it was February and March. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of filming a vlog and like I'm gonna upload stuff, and then I didn't. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. So I just kind of wanted to take a second and we'll take a second. I'm gonna take some minutes. Gonna take some minutes and, you know, kind of talk about that, talk about where I was. I know, again, I said in the last video that there were a lot of people that have reached out to me that have, you know, said that they've missed me on the platform and everything, and I have really missed everybody too. So in my absence, I have continued to gain subscribers, and I'm not 100% sure like how that's happened, but like I'm not gonna complain about it. So if you are new here and you've only seen my old videos up until this point, hi and welcome. I'm very glad to be back. In the last wrap up I did, I, you know, like addressed the fact that I had like changed my hair color and like all those types of things. There was, I don't want to say there was like a specific reason for that, because there really wasn't. You know, just to be completely transparent, I was going through some shit, I guess. Like that's really the only way that I can think to put it. I had like this really like mild depressive period, and it was one of the reasons that I had kind of stopped reading. It was one of the reasons that I had stopped filming and editing and uploading, you know, and kind of took a step back from social media. There were a lot of different reasons for that, and at the time that all of this came about, you know, the nose piercing and changing my hair color, I was gradually starting to come out of it and, you know, feeling a lot more like myself. And I felt like beginning this like new stage in my life, like I just wanted to change things up. The color, which I don't think comes across like super well on camera, to be completely honest, but it's purple. It's like a very deep purple, and I love it, and I feel like it's me. The facial piercing, the septum piercing, it was honestly just because I can, so, you know, I like it. I finally got to change it from the horseshoe a couple weeks ago. I'm like touching my nose, it's weird, sorry. So I finally got to change it a couple weeks ago, and I really like the jewelry that I have in, and I'm happy with my physical appearance currently. Not that I'm not happy with other areas of my life, like let me be clear about that. So again, like the transparency, just being, you know, in that depressive state, if you've ever been through any type of depression, whether it be like mild depression or severe, like, you know, the things that you love become less important to you. I took that step back, and then at the same time there were other transitions and changes going on in my life, which if you have kept up with me on Twitter or Instagram, you kind of know what's going on with that. I think it was really the beginning of May that I really started to, you know, come out of this. That was due to just some extenuating circumstances in my life and some people that have made a really big difference in my life. And I am so grateful for you, and I love you so much. You have no idea. But in May, I started, you know, kind of to come back to myself. And then other transitions in my life started to happen. So they say that 3 of the most stressful things that can happen in someone's life are a death, moving, and a career change. So I kind of went through 2 of those things at one time. Not necessarily a career change, but kind of a role change, and I'm still kind of working my way through that right now. So I don't talk about what I do a lot of times, and I'm not going to mention like company names or anything like that. I do work for a very large clothing retailer, and I have worked for this company for, it'll be 11 years at the end of July. I started as just a sales associate in college because I needed more business experience, and I have gradually worked my way up to like an assistant manager's position. So within the store structure that I am in, I'm, you know, technically second in command. So the store that I was at, I had worked in that location for my entire career. I live in a small town, I come from a small town, and so, you know, it's low volume, and I wasn't being challenged at that point in my career. And the opportunity became available to me. They're opening another location about 45 minutes to an hour away from the store that was my home store. And I was given the opportunity to go to that store and help that store open from the ground up in the same role that I was in you know, in the other store. And I accepted, which meant that I was completely uprooted from everything that I knew in terms of my career, because I had spent my entire time in that store, and I am now in a different store while we are getting ready for our store to open. It was a little bit of a shock, and it was very bittersweet because I had been in that store for so long, and I knew the clientele and I knew my associates, and you know, that was like my family. However, that being said, I didn't realize how stagnant I felt. I didn't realize how much I needed to be challenged. I didn't realize how feeling like that, and even being unaware of that feeling, was really like bogging me down. I love that store and I love the people in it, but I needed something different and I needed a challenge. And so like switching over, while the transition has been interesting, it has really changed my mindset on a lot of things. I am feeling a lot better about my career and what I can do, because when I was first given the opportunity, there was a lot of anxiety for me because, number one, I just live with anxiety to begin with, and I am a perfectionist, and so the only thing that I could think of was, I'm gonna go to this location and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail spectacularly. They're gonna be like, why the heck did we move her over? Because this was a terrible decision. Those were the things that like kept going through my head. But as I have transitioned, you know, and really put myself in more of a growth mindset, it has really changed my outlook on a lot of things. So that in itself was stressful. As I previously mentioned, that store is about 45 minutes away from where I was living because I moved. I have moved. This was the third time in my entire life, and it was an experience. I found a place really quickly. We found a place like right before we took a vacation at the beginning of June. And my last day in my store was at the end of May. And then I had 2 weeks off, and then I immediately went over and started in the transition store before ours opened. Like, I had been working there for a week. I had 2 days to move before I went back to work, and it was an experience. The move itself, for the most part, went really smoothly, but my apartment flooded, and that was honestly the worst. Hindsighting it, it really wasn't as bad as it could have been, but as you can imagine, like, you're standing in the middle of your apartment and there's water just like gushing out of the laundry room because the PVC has broken as we went to go unhook it. Like, it was an experience. So anyway, the stress of going through, you know, the transition, moving, and, you know, that career change or whatever, that kind of furthered me taking a step back from, you know, social media and reading and, you know, filming and that kind of thing, because it was all I could do to keep up with that. I'm still not unpacked. Like, I'm obviously, my shelves are slightly different. I moved some things around whenever I moved, arranged things a little bit differently. So I might do kind of a shelf tour type thing. I unhauled a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna be doing an unhaul, so that's a thing that's gonna be coming. But I'm like standing here and I'm like looking around, and there's still like 6 or 7 boxes that are over here because I don't have a bed frame for the guest room yet, and that stuff goes in the guest room, and it's just like, I'm ready to not have stuff in boxes, and I'm ready for everything to feel like I actually live here for now. But it's slowly but surely getting there. So subsequently, now that things are kind of calming down and the majority of the stuff is done, I did start reading again. And really just since the beginning of July, because it was about the middle of July now, I have finished 6 or 7 books, something like that. So I'm feeling a lot better, a lot better about things. I am really happy to actually be reading again. So obviously the next thing that I needed to do was stand back in front of a camera and talk to you guys. So that's where I'm at. So this is like, hello, welcome, I've returned. Hopefully you're excited about it too. I don't know, but okay. So that's where I've been. That's what's going on. Things that you can expect coming up, because you're gonna see this face several more times, because I am going to be bulk filming essentially. I'm gonna film a couple tags. I'm gonna film an unhaul. I'm going to film part 1 of my wrap up so that I can remember things. So we're going back to more of like the vlog style wrap up for July. So that's what's going on, and that's where I'm at. And if you, like I said, if you are new here and you subscribed in my absence, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that have been watching my channel for a while and didn't unsubscribe, I love you and I am so grateful for you. So why don't you guys comment down below? Tell me the best book that you've read so far for the month of July. I am very interested to know. Again, my goal is like to read more from my shelves, which I have done an excellent job of lately. But being absent from the book community, I feel like there's a lot of books that have come out lately that I'm like unaware of. So yeah, share with me some of your favorite recently read books in the comments. Or if you want to go the opposite direction and tell me the worst book that you've read in the last couple months, go for it. You guys will hear about one of the worst books that I've read in the last couple months in my July wrap up at the end of the month. So that is the thing. I ended up hate reading, and you guys know what it's like when I hate read. So look forward to that. Anyway, if you are here for the first time and you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you click thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.